All right, welcome back to the stream. Welcome back to another video. Today we've got a variety of topics. Today we're going to probably stream for about an hour, but just as the thumbnail says, as the title says, Tesla Model Y inventory is starting to go to very low levels, basically zero at this point, depending on where you are in the country. And so we'll talk about it. I know a lot of you come in here, you probably want some advice. You want to ask, questions about the buying process and where you're at in the Tesla buying process. But, I want to see what's out there. What's the temperature? What is the estimated delivery dates? And is anybody getting pushed at this point? What is the situation? But of course, in this first part of the video, we will talk about inventory levels, what cars are actually still out there, maybe a pending price increase on the Tesla Model Y when we think that actually might be. And if you want a refresher on what to do, let me know if you're taking that advice from yesterday. I want to hear a report. Like, did you go to a Tesla store? Did you talk to someone? Did you try and lock something down? Did you ask about that special fifth inventory type of vehicle that I told you all about yesterday? And let me know your thoughts. But before we get into any of that, let's hit that intro real quick. Thanks for watching another stream. Thanks for watching another video. My name is Dennis, and I love talking about Tesla hacking, as I like to call it, but basically just getting the best deal on a Tesla at the best possible price, or just getting really good financing on your Tesla. So if you're interested in any of that, please hit that subscribe. And today's video is actually sponsored by my Patreon down below in the description, but more on that later. And actually, sorry, thank you to GSW fan, Judy, K, Jem, Alfredo, all the new Patreon members from yesterday. Sorry I didn't put it on the screen, but I'll get you guys next time. Thank you all for joining and supporting the cause. That is for sure. All right, so let's run this. We're going to go into Tesla Model Y inventory. It's basically zero. We'll get to some of your questions on the live stream. If you have, we can go through that. Just so feel free to ask anything as we go along. We'll get to that point. But this is why, right? Tesla Model Y increased prices the other day, and also on top of that, the tax credit was eligible for the Tesla Model Y, and that's why there's been a run on the inventory. So you can see right here too at this Tesla inventory chart from mattjung.net. You can see right here all the way at the bottom, all the way in the corner, 7 vehicles actually available. That's basically zero. That's even lower than Christmas time, like even lower than the amount of vehicles day by day that was available in the December during that last rush. And if we go all the way back to like when, during that time where there was production issues and material cost increases and all that stuff, it's even lower than that. So what does this mean? Like, we know exactly what this means. This means Tesla will do a price increase, and that is for sure. So congrats to everybody that's locked in a price currently, that's locked in some sort of discount. But this has me worried just a little bit, because for a while I've been saying that, the tax credit that is eligible for the $7,500 tax credit that the Model Y can get, and the Model 3, if you take delivery before the IRS and Treasury release their guidance in March of 2023, because that guidance could happen anytime during March. So you have to take delivery before that. So there's a good chance. There's a good chance that Tesla, the Model Y, might only qualify for half of this tax credit, only $3,750, and not the full $7,500 tax credit. But there's a good chance if it only qualifies for $3,750, Tesla might not do anything at all. And the reason I say that, because look how much inventory has depleted. Like, they know there's a demand, there's a healthy demand for Model Ys in like the mid 55K range. And they probably know that they could probably, not get the full 7,500, only get 3,750, and they'll have some people cancel, but a lot of people will probably still keep the cars. So just be aware. I'm just kind of just throwing it out there. That might possibly happen. I'm not saying that will, but the other flip side is that, let's say Tesla loses half of the tax credit and they just discount the other $3,750. So that also could be a potential use case, or a potential case as well. But Tesla inventory is certainly going down to very low levels. And so yesterday I recommended, if you're someone that doesn't have a VIN, that does not have an estimated delivery date that's kind of locked in, and they haven't reached out to you to schedule that, call them, text them, but really don't do either of that. Go into your local Tesla store, ask to see if you can speak to someone about matching your order to an actual vehicle that's incoming, and ask about the fifth inventory type of vehicle that exists that most people don't know about. It's not even posted online, because there's 5 types of Tesla Model Ys that exist. There's new inventory that's on the ground ready to be delivered. There's in-transit vehicles that are being shipped to a store that you can put your name on it. There's showroom and test drive vehicles, which either of those could have a discount, but basically they're for demo use or display. And the fifth one that is never talked about and is never posted on any websites is damage disclosure vehicles. Those are vehicles that could have been in test drive. They could have been in fleet somewhere that could have had a small accident or a boo-boo or all the way to a big accident. They were, of course, repaired it and they're selling it at a discount, but they don't list it anywhere, and they make you sign like a waiver that you're taking a delivery one, and you can ask for the repair order of that Model Y or Model 3 or whatever to see how much damage actually happened to the vehicle. But it's still a brand new car, and so it doesn't hurt, right? Hopefully you live near a Tesla center, not too far, but it doesn't hurt to go into your local Tesla store, go there, talk to them. You get more bees with honey, as they say. So sweet talk to them, be nice to them, and see if they can lock you down on an order. So jumping to Tesla, waiting for Tesla, our favorite site that exists for taking a look at new vehicle inventory. There's 7 new Model Ys available in the United States. Right here, this cheapest one is $58,990. It's in Washington. Here's one in Sacramento that there's no way that vehicle is still here. If I click this, it's probably sold. Oh, here we go. Still actually available. Wow. This is actually a decent build too. White with white. Like, I know that's double white, but at least white interior. That's the rare thing right there. Okay, you got a little tow hitch. So that's also kind of rare too. $58,990. If you're in the Sacramento area, there you go. Here's one in Vallejo. Okay, there's actually a bunch of these in California. That's kind of weird. Usually when the vehicles hit California, they get, immediately sold out. That's for sure. Oh, here's one in Hawaii. Actually, shout out to someone that sent me a credit union in Hawaii that has rates as low as 2.75%. If you're interested in that credit union, shoot me a DM somewhere. I'll gladly just give that to you. But it only works for Hawaii people. So, I know Hawaii is just a tough market. You can't even get vehicles because they just quickly disappear, and there's just not a lot of huge volume. But just, of course, on Tesla Twitter, on the Twitter post, everybody's talking about how Model Y is either sold out, the inventory is going low. Here's one from Tesla Chan, at Tesla Chan. Model Y inventory is at the lowest ever during the lookup period, and he's completely correct. It's lower than the Christmas fire sale, essentially. It's lower than, the time when there was production and material issues. It is very, very, very low. Jumping to Sawyer Merritt, our Tesla Twitter king. U.S. Model Y inventory now is at a multi-month low. It's essentially zero. And it's funny, right? If you think about the timing of this is right before the Super Bowl. I mean, there's going to be a lot of website traffic because of a lot of different OEMs advertising all their different vehicles. And unfortunately, Tesla is going to have 6 or 7 or maybe even no vehicles available to actually sell or lock down of. Of course, customers can go to the builder and build all these different prices and lock in orders and stuff like that. But they're going to see, delivery dates like March through May, which, if I'm an instant gratification kind of, person as we live in now with where when we buy something, we want it ASAP, that kind of could be off-putting, right? I mean, you switch to performance is February to March, but I mean, we've got, the website looks good. It's got this $7,500 tax credit. It's probably still going to be up there this coming week. But the one thing is, if you switch it to 7-seater, that's when your delivery date gets pushed out April to June, pretty far out. But Tesla Twitter, definitely talking about how inventory levels are going straight to zero. Here's one from @Farziness. There are 7. That's right, 7 new Tesla Model Ys in inventory in the entire United States. Absolutely insane. Pretty cool stuff for sure. But quickly just flipping over to the Model 3 side, we are at a standstill, right? So, I mean, if we were to think about when prices will change, when they will, especially with the Model Y and the Model 3, my prediction, and maybe it's not my prediction, because shout out to Chris Dungeon, definitely check him out. He just made a video about the prices going up following this tweet, and I actually completely agree. So at Christopher Dungeon on Twitter, quote, expect Tesla Model Y pricing to increase immediately following the Super Bowl, either Monday or Tuesday. And what's funny with that is, like, let's think macroly, right? Let's think in the world of all the different advertisements. There's going to be a lot of more visibility on car manufacturers coming into this weekend, especially on Sunday. I mean, I just saw there was like an ad for GM already released about the EVs. And so like, if the ads start coming out on Sunday, then there will be a lot of traction for people searching for vehicles, right? And then, of course, they're going to potentially compare vehicles against Tesla. People are going to get pushed to the Tesla website, and then they're going to see a certain price. And so the question is, like, will Tesla increase the price before the Super Bowl, which is this Sunday, or will they increase the price after the Super Bowl? I think it won't be a good look to have people go to the website on Sunday during Super Bowl or even the day after, and then they increase it the day after that. So if I were to guess, the price increase, the next one, or the price decrease of the Model 3 is going to be either on Sunday or Saturday, maybe. Or, I mean, I just saw a commercial got released for like GM, so maybe they'll do it like even as soon as this Thursday or something, because they know there's going to be a lot more website traffic coming into the weekend. And so it's either going to be this week, or maybe even this Saturday, Sunday, or maybe even like just like this Monday, Tuesday, or probably a little bit later the week after. But let me know your thoughts on that. What do you think the next pricing increase is going to be? But the big news is, of course, that in Tesla Model Y, inventory is basically gone down to 0. We are down to 8 vehicles across the country, and this is super fluid. So if you are looking, I would be glued to this website, that's for sure, to try and see if you can lock one down ASAP. But this is actually like super surprising that there's 3 Model Y long ranges available for sale in the California area. Yeah, that's really interesting. I mean, this is, if I were to do it again, this is it right here. Model Y long range, black with white interior. That is 100% with induction wheels. I mean, at this point, you can't even get any of them with Gemini wheels. So I would just get the induction rims, pay the $2,000, even though, like, I'd rather have the Geminis for comfortability. But this is exactly how I would do it. Tapia, what do you think? I'm just kidding. Happy Hippo, what do you think? Should I just do it? No. I'm just kidding. I can't do it. I can't do it. I literally just thought about, should I just get one just because? But no, if anything, I would probably actually get a Model Y all-wheel drive, standard range, all that stuff, because I don't need that extra range, because we got the X. We got the X. We don't need two like hyper long range vehicles. I would just need one just to like put miles on it and like drive to, like, I don't know, Vegas and back or something. No, I actually would take the X for that too. So I don't know, but definitely some pretty interesting stuff. Let me know what your thoughts are. What's your estimated delivery date? Have you got pushed, or is it still the same? I've been getting reports and screenshots that people are getting pushed to maybe April, even May. So, you know, my thoughts out for that. And then what's going to happen? What do you think about the price increase? When is it going to happen? I think it's either going to be this week or next week, but who knows at the end of the day. Tesla has been doing some pretty interesting stuff here and there, and they will probably continue to do very interesting stuff that's, of course, out of the norm. But thanks for watching this video. Let's jump in some of the comments and some of the questions before we get into the next topic. But this video is actually sponsored by my Patreon link. Down below in the description, there's a Patreon link. We can support the channel, and there's a variety of benefits, but some of them include actually scheduling a call with me, where you can ask me any questions about buying a Tesla, selling a Tesla, even financing a Tesla. And after you schedule the call, you get a link to my buying guide, which has links to all the resources that I use to get the best possible deal at the best possible price. So definitely hit that down below if you're interested. And after you join the Patreon, you get a link to my buying guide. Yeah, and also there's interest rates, credit unions on my buying guide that has interest rates as low as 2.5% to 4% from 60 to 80 months. So definitely check it out if you're interested. But yeah, definitely some pretty crazy stuff on the Model Y inventory side. It's certainly hitting its low